Don't be afraid you give up the good to go for the great. We cannot become what we need to be by remaining what we are. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. There are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. The greatest victory is victory over yourself. If they don't appreciate you, they don't deserve you. Pain makes you stronger, tears make you braver, heartbreak makes you wiser, so thank the past for a better future. The man who does more than he is paid for will soon be paid for more than he does. The moment you let go of your discipline is the moment you give up on yourself. Problems worthy of attack prove their worth by hitting back. Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of chaos, and sometimes in the middle of chaos you find yourself. If you lack faith, then existence does not believe in you. Live with open senses and heart. Become a ghost, forget attention, just grow in private. For your peace of mind, don't let people know too much about you. To get married means to have your rights and double your responsibilities. Better to fight and fall than to live without hope. Your vision will be blurry, but it will grow clear with time. Patience is your ally. Make and keep friends with the people you want to emulate, not the people that you think will be most likely to accept you. The best way to become poor is finding a job that will suck the life out of you. Never think twice about investments in yourself. They pay dividends for a long time. Your future needs you, your past doesn't. Don't be a people pleaser. Never go to the past, not for happiness, not for justification, not for excuses. You never lose your strength. Sometimes you just forget you have them. Sacrifice a few years of comfort for decades of freedom. The truth is not always beautiful, nor are beautiful words the truth. The good news is that the moment you decide that what you know is more important than what you have been taught to believe, you will have shifted gears in your quest for abundance. Success comes from within, not from without. If you love something, Let it free. If it comes back, then it's yours and meant to be. If not, then move on. Don't be afraid to express vulnerability. It shows strength. Time is but the space between our memories. As soon as we cease to perceive this space, time has disappeared. Live life fully, regret nothing. Learn to handle rejection gracefully. It's a part of life. No is one of the most powerful words in existence. Why bother remembering a past that cannot be made into a present? Even a loss can turn into a profit, or a profit can turn into a loss. Genius lies in the ability to distinguish the difficult from the impossible. People who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. Knowledge is the treasure, and practice is the key to it. Be correct with everyone, sociable with many, close to the elect, friend to the few. Never share your problems with friends before finding a solution. Success without hard work is a barren harvest. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, then success is sure. Life is often very ambiguous. Sometimes there isn't a right or wrong decision or choice. Things are not always completely clear. You may not get the answer, so you just have to wing it. Some people are like clouds. When they disappear, it's a beautiful day. How many things would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? Quality means doing it right when no one is looking. Money makes the world go round, but don't let it make you dizzy. Don't regret having a good heart. All good things come back and multiply. Never expect someone to catch you when you fall, even if you work on you for you. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. Wealth, like happiness, is never attained when sought after directly. It comes as a byproduct of providing a useful service. No one is too busy. It's only a matter of priorities. Work at your job and make a living. Work on yourself and make a fortune. You may turn into an archangel, a fool, or a criminal. No one will see it, but when a button is missing, everyone sees that. The woman who smiles at you when you meet her is most likely just planning to feed her ego. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. You enter and exit this world alone, so empower yourself. Breathe. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. A clear head is good company. Drinking 15 is a dangerous friend. Whatever is causing you worrying or pain right now won't cause you worrying or pain forever. Things change with time, and it will pass. You really don't want everybody as a friend anyway. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. People understand me so poorly that they don't even understand my complaints about them not understanding me. When in doubt, just take the next small step. At some point, you will realize no one else has a say in your life unless you let them. Fear limits most people throughout their lives and permeates through all of their decisions. Do your best to control it, overcome it, and revel when you defeat it. If you love something so much, let it go. If it comes back, it was meant to be. If it doesn't, it never was. Worrying only means you suffer twice. You train people how to treat you, unconsciously or not. He who works all day has no time to make money. The past is history, the future is a mystery, the here and now is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Keep on going, and the chances are that you will stumble on something perhaps when you are least expecting it. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. Intellect is invisible to the man who is none. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. We have so much to say, and we shall never say it. Eventually, all things fall into place. Until then, laugh at the confusion, live for the moments, and though everything happens for a reason. When fate hands you lemons, make lemonade. Your heart will tell you where to go, your head will guide you there safely. Use one without the other, and you'll get lost. Learning to let go should be learned before learning to get. Hope is a good breakfast, but it is a bad supper. The most difficult thing is the decision to act, the rest is merely tenacity. The world is a tragedy to those who feel, but a comedy to those who think. Speak your mind even if your voice shakes. Do not bask in the presence of strangers with your wife, and do not quarrel. Be cautious with good deeds. Kindness has limits, and some may exploit your generosity. Prioritize your physical and mental health. They are your most valuable assets. A person can become close to you in 3 days, and the one who lives near you for years may never know what your favorite color is. A person with a new idea is a crack until the idea succeeds. Buy not what you need, but what is necessary. It's only terrible to have nothing to wait for. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. We fall in love when our imagination projects non-existent perfection upon another person. One day the fantasy evaporates, and with it, love dies. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. It's not about perfect, it's about effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. Sometimes you have to go through the worst to get the best. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing. Noise proves nothing. Often a hen who has laid an egg cackles as if she had laid an asteroid. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Modesty and conscientiousness receive their reward only in novels. In life, they are exploited and then shoved aside. Be kind, but don't be a doormat. Don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Sometimes the things that break your heart end up fixing your vision. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Time is precious. Don't waste it. If you want to help yourself, find someone worthy to serve. Through service, you gain experience, contacts, and a reputation as a reliable and accountable ally. Follow your own path, not others' expectations. Never take the responsibility that does not belong to you. Life really does begin at 40 Up until then, you are just doing research. We accept the love we think we deserve. If you can do what you do best and be happy, you're further along in life than most people. Before you are old, attend as many funerals as you can bear and listen. Nobody talks about the departed's achievements. The only thing people will remember is what kind of person while you were achieving. Live as you can if you cannot live as you want. We fall in love when our imagination projects non-existent perfection upon another person. One day the fantasy evaporates, and with it, love dies. Writing down is the best way to remember. Pause this video and comment below your favorite quotes. You never know who could be lending an ear to your ramblings. Life is not always fair. People that lie and cheat can often come out on top, but no matter how bad a situation may seem, you just have to keep battling on. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and, most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do. Be not afraid of moving slowly, be only afraid of standing still. Your parents were correct multiple times. Even if not academically qualified, stop insulting them when they advise you. You'll be alone in the most difficult times of your life. These times will make you wise, mature, and fearless. Focus on you. People come and go. Experience, don't expect, experience life. Do not carry expectations on how it should be. Give a man power, and you will find out who he is. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Your failure does not define you, your persistence does. Life isn't fair, but it's still good. Not everyone whom you meet's intentions are true. Believe you can and you're halfway there. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. Maintain eye contact for confidence. Don't tell your friends that you're happy. Don't make them angry. It is better to try something and fail than to try nothing and succeed. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Be careful who you trust. Salt and sugar look the same. Celebrate small wins. They pave the path to greatness. Doubt isn't the opposite of faith. It is an element of faith. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Practice self-compassion. We are all human, and everyone makes mistakes. Many of us pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that we hurry past it. Falling down is an accident. Staying down is a choice. Everything that happens before death is what counts. Once you hurt someone, they're not likely to forget. They will always remember how much you've hurt them. You don't find your purpose somewhere else. You create your purpose exactly where you are, and you bear meaning to it. If you don't build your own dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. Free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea of what they're doing. You may be the only person left who believes in you, but it's enough. Control your finances, or lack of them will control you. The truth is a trap. You cannot get it without it getting you. Be a good person, but don't waste your time proving it. Time is a created thing. We are like roses that have never bothered to bloom when we should have bloom, and it is as if the sun has become disgusted with waiting. People hastened to judge in order not to be judged themselves. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Everything happens for a reason, always. If you aren't willing to work for it, don't complain about not having it. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. To be lost in spiritlessness is the most terrible thing of all. Never discuss money with people who have much more or much less than you. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not happening. The thing that cowardice fears most is decision. Not everyone will be your friend, and that's okay. Remember, some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. If you are impatient, life will always be harder. Having been poor is no shame, but being ashamed of it is. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Live every day as your last, because one of these days it will be. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. Someone else's progress doesn't make yours any less. Do one thing every day that scares you. Many people are good at talking about what they are doing, but in fact too little. Others do a lot but don't talk about it. They are the ones who make a community live. Hope is a passion for the possible. Time truly flies. Be grateful always, because it can always be worse. All you have to do is pay attention. Lessons always arrive when you are ready. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. When fear leads the way, the destination is never glorious. The most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one you'll never have. Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. Once ignored, never impose. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. Thinking is hard work, hence its rarity. Learn as if you constantly feel you lack knowledge, and as if you are constantly afraid of losing your knowledge. God knows when to send you exactly what you need. Sometimes we create our own heartbreaks through expectation. Problems worthy of attacks prove their worth by hitting back. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is true. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take it and make it perfect. Time is everything, and one day will define you. The key is not to focus on what fractures you, but on what makes you whole. Take care of your speech. It can be the catalyst for many needless problems. Get yourself together before you get any older. The older you are, the harder it is to change. What if laughter were really tears? It's not about perfect, it's about effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. You are at your strongest when you are calm. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and man. Harmony surpasses balance. Do nothing for money, let profit take care of profit. The human capacity for burden is like bamboo, far more flexible than you'd ever believe at first glance. Find what you love and let it kill you. When your friends begin to flatter you on how young you look, it's a sure sign you're getting old. Time flies. Plan for your future self. Mostly, people will treat you according to their needs and greed. If you are not falling down occasionally, you are just coasting. Embrace stress as the opposite of apathy. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. Defeat isn't falling, but refusing to rise. The trouble is you think you have time. Better to die with honor than live with shame. Never forget who helped you in a difficult time. No one is too busy, it's only a matter of priorities. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you too can become great. Life has its own hidden forces which you can only discover by living. The future depends on what you do today. No matter how challenging it is, don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Do not answer a fool by his folly. Rather go to bed without dinner than to rise in debt. The human race has only one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. From the point of view of youth, life is an endless future. From the point of view of old age, it is a very short past. An adventure is never an adventure when it happens. An adventure is simply physical and emotional discomfort recollected in tranquility. Money isn't everything in life, but it can help you solve a lot of problems. He who wants to hold on to that is losing. Those who are ready to let go with a smile are trying to keep him. Save for the future, not fleeting luxuries. Only two things we'll regret on our deathbed: that we are a little loved and little traveled. Your words start to lose value when your actions don't match. Value your peace of mind. Own your happiness, don't outsource it. You'll learn not to care what others think. Do not lend money to relatives because you will lose both. A lie can travel halfway around the world, while the truth is putting its shoes on. When I free myself from who I am, I become who I can be. The possibilities are endless as long as you don't limit yourself. Never let others know your weaknesses. Instead, always try to show up your positives. People who succeed have momentum. The more they succeed, the more they want to succeed, and the more they find a way to succeed. Every bad decision we have made in life had more emotion in it than mind. Life is a one-time offer. Use it well. Success sprouts from failures, seeds,